You've done everything right. You cleared the clutter. You opened all the windows. You lit the candle. You even saged the hallway. Twice last month. But no matter what you do, something always feels heavy. Like your space is holding its breath. Like peace comes, but never stays. And you keep wondering, why does money slip through your fingers? Why does your mind feel foggy? Right before big decisions? Why do you wake up tired? Now in a room that looks clean. Here's something no one tells you. If a mirror is placed wrong, it won't just reflect you. It will trap you. It doesn't just bounce back your image. It repeats your block. It multiplies what you're trying to let go. It holds on to emotions that your body already released. And it does it every single day. That hallway mirror, the one you stopped noticing years ago, it might be the reason your life feels like, it's moving in circles. In Feng Shui, mirrors aren't just decoration. They're portals. They either free the energy of your home or fracture it until everything you want can't find a way in. I break the cycle. I open the flow. Let that be your quiet ritual. Because today, we're not just adjusting mirrors. We're finding the place where energy got stuck, where movement stopped, where you stopped feeling yourself. And that's exactly where we begin. Part 1. The invisible stuckness. Mistake 1. The crooked mirror equals the crooked path. You may not notice it, but your mirror is tilted. Just a little. Off by a few degrees. No big deal, right? But in Feng Shui, crooked reflection equals crooked energy. And crooked energy doesn't just make your space feel off, it quietly distorts your direction. Studies in environmental psychology show that even slight visual misalignments can cause low-grade cognitive stress. Your brain keeps trying to correct what your eyes see, but it can't. So you feel tired, foggy, like something's off, but you can't explain why. Now imagine walking past a tilted mirror every single day. For years, I had a mirror like that once. Framed in oak. Beautiful, but always just a bit off. I kept it because I thought it fit the wall. But one day, I realized I was avoiding it. Not the mirror. The moment it showed me. Because every time I walked past, I didn't just see myself, I saw a version of me that was slightly out of alignment. A crooked mirror is like a compass pointing 5 degrees off true north. You won't notice it at first, but the longer you follow it, the farther you drift from where you were meant to go. So maybe it's not your discipline, ink that's broken. Maybe it's the direction. Your energy has been shown. This isn't a design flaw. It's an energy echo. And echoes repeat until they're reset. Think of that hallway. The one with just enough light and just enough imbalance. You pass it, you pause, you forget, but your nervous system doesn't. I'm not saying your mirror is the only reason, but if you've been feeling off, it might be time to look at what's been looking back at you. If that's the case, try this. Touch your mirror, not to fix it, but to acknowledge it. Straighten it slowly, not just on the wall, but like you're realigning how you want to be seen by life itself. Because in energy, what's misaligned doesn't disappear. It repeats until you bring it back into flow. And if life's been feeling almost right, but never fully clear, maybe it's not your effort that's off. Maybe it's your reflection. Mistake 2. The memory mirror equals emotions that never left. Sometimes it's not the angle of the mirror that blocks your flow. It's what the mirror still holds. Because a mirror doesn't just reflect light. It reflects memory, emotion, moments that never got closure. Have you ever caught a glimpse of yourself in a mirror you used to stand in front of during a difficult time? Maybe that hallway, that bathroom, that one spot where you once stood with tears in your eyes or tension in your chest. And now, every time you walk by, your body tightens. Just a little. You don't know why, but your nervous system remembers. Neurobiologists have discovered that visual environments become tied to emotional memory. It's called contextual recall. Your body reacts to a space, even if your mind doesn't. That means a mirror can quietly trigger the emotional state you were in the last time you stood in front of it, especially if that emotion was never fully processed. I once stayed in a friend's guest room. Beautiful, peaceful, but I felt anxious all night. The next morning, she told me that used to be my breakup room. I cried in front of that mirror for months. She moved on, but her mirror didn't. In Feng Shui, a mirror that holds emotional imprint becomes like a sponge for energy. It doesn't just reflect, it absorbs. And if not cleared, it starts to leak that energy back into the space. Like a perfume you stopped wearing, but that still lingers in the air. It's not that you're emotionally stuck. It's that the space keeps reminding you of who you were before you healed. You're probably thinking, but I'm fine now, I moved on. And you did. But your mirror may not have. What did your mirror last see when you truly broke down in front of it? And what if it's still echoing that exact energy into today? If this resonates, I try this. Clean your mirror, but not just with glass spray. Wipe it with intention. Start from the center. Move outward. Breathe. As if you're not just clearing dust. You're clearing memory. You can even whisper, "This no longer belongs to me. Let it go." Because in the language of energy, what isn't cleared gets repeated. And what's repeated eventually becomes identity. So if your mirror reflects a version of you that you've already outgrown, then what happens? When that same mirror faces something it should never reflect in the first place, that's where we're going next. Mistake 3. The reflection magnet equals multiplying what you don't want. Not every mirror is dangerous, but every mirror is powerful. Because mirrors don't just reflect, they multiply. They double the energy of whatever they face. And that is the problem. Because what if your mirror, is facing something heavy, something chaotic, something just plain wrong, a pile of laundry, a cluttered kitchen sink, an always closed bathroom door, an anxious desk, a tired you, whatever it faces. It doesn't just bounce it back, it sends it deeper into your space. Studies in neuroarchitecture show that when negative visuals are repeated, your stress response increases. Seeing clutter once, that's one message. Seeing it reflected, that's two, and your body reacts to both. So when your mirror faces the problem, you don't just see it again. You feel it stronger. A friend once had a beautiful mirror in her dining room, framed in gold, but it faced the kitchen sink. No matter how often she cleaned, there was always something out of place. One day she told me, "I don't eat here anymore. It just feels messy." She didn't realize, and it wasn't the kitchen, it was the mirror, multiplying the mess. In Feng Shui, a mirror is called a doubling glass. Whatever it faces, it feeds. It's like giving a microphone to the loudest energy in the room. If that energy is beauty, harmony, flow, perfect. But if it's tension, stagnation, or emotional weight, you just gave it more power. It's not that your home is chaotic. It's that your mirror keeps reminding it that it is. You might be thinking, but it's a beautiful mirror. I love that spot. And that's okay. Just check what it's feeding. What is your mirror facing every single day? And would you choose to multiply that? If your mirror is facing a stressful corner, a stack of bills, or even a memory that still hurts, try shifting it, turn it slightly, or cover it for a few days. Observe the shift. You can also place a soft plant, a flowy curtain, or a peaceful object between the mirror and the tension. Let it reflect relief, not repeat chaos. Because in energy, whatever you mirror, you magnify. And whatever you magnify shapes your reality. So if your mirror is feeding the wrong energy, what happens when it faces the most important energy point of your entire home? That's where we're going next. Mistake 4. The front door reflection equals energy turned away. Of all the places a mirror can sit, facing the front door is the most dangerous, because in Feng Shui, your front door is not just an entry point. It is the mouth of Qi, the gate through which energy, fortune, and opportunity into your life. Now imagine this. Every time good energy tries to enter, it sees itself and gets bounced back. Feng Shui teaches that mirrors facing the front door don't welcome energy. They repel it. They reflect it right back. Ease out the door. And science agrees. In spatial psychology, a reflection at the main entrance creates a perception loop. The message, nothing moves forward here. It's like knocking on a door and being shown yourself instead of being invited in. One client, Madison, he had a beautiful mirror hanging directly across from her front door. She said her job interviews kept falling through. Clients wouldn't follow up, and she always felt like she was just missing something. We removed the mirror. Nothing else. Within weeks, she got 2 new contracts. She told me, "It finally feels like people are finding me again." A mirror facing your front door. It is like turning your palm outward. When someone offers you a gift, you don't receive it. You don't grab it. You say unintentionally, "Not now." It's not that abundance forgot you. It's that your space has been saying, "Please don't come in." You might be thinking, "But I love that mirror. It makes the space look bigger." And that's okay. But energy doesn't care about style. It cares about welcome. Stand at your front door. Look inside. What's the first thing energy sees? When it arrives, does it feel invited or deflected? If you love the light the mirror brings, you don't have to remove it completely. Try angling it slightly so it reflects a wall, a plant, or something still and soft, not the door itself. You can also cover it with a lightweight fabric during high-energy moments, job interviews, big conversations, important days. Let the mirror know, this is a moment I want to receive. It doesn't have to go away. It just needs to step back. Because in energy, what you face, you call in. What you block stays out. And sometimes, the most powerful shift starts with simply letting the door stay open. But what if the mirror isn't near the door at all? Yet somehow, it still makes you feel you watched, judged, exposed. Some mirrors don't push energy out. They pull your piece inward and fracture it. Let's go there next. Mistake 5. The private mirror equals the energy that can't rest. Not all energy wants to be seen. Some of it needs to settle, to soften, to rest. And when a mirror lives in a space meant for healing, street, like your bedroom or your bathroom, it can disturb that stillness, by constantly reflecting it back. A mirror near your bed doesn't just show your sleep. It chases it. It interrupts it. It pulls your energy outward. When your body is trying to go inward, sleep psychologists have found that visual stimulation, even passive reflections, can activate the brain's alert system. When your mirror catches hallway light, phone glow, or even your own movement in bed, your subconscious stays half awake, always watching, always guarding, and your energy never fully drops in. A man once told me, "I wake up tired, even after 8 hours." His bedroom had one mirror, across from the bed, not large, just placed there. When we covered it with a soft sheer cloth, he messaged 2 days later, "I didn't know I needed that. It's the first time I felt like I wasn't being watched by my own life." In Feng Shui, a mirror in a place of rest. It is like placing a spotlight in a meditation room. It doesn't matter how beautiful it looks. It keeps the energy awake. It interrupts exhale. It's not that you're bad at resting. It's that your space won't stop reflecting what you're trying to let go. You may be thinking, "But I like how it opens the room." And that's valid. But if your space feels restless, the mirror might be why. Where do you go to retreat? And is there anything in that space that keeps pulling you back into alert? If your mirror lives in a place where you're supposed to rest, I'll try this. Cover it with natural fabric at night. Use light filtering film, or redirect it to reflect calm. A wall, a plant, and a soft light. Not your bed, not your body. Let your space know, this is where I stop performing. This is where I rest. Because in a world of constant reflection, the most powerful shift might be to turn the mirror around. So maybe it's not just the mirror in your space. Maybe it's the mirror in your life. Let's breathe that in as we close this loop. Maybe it was never just about the mirror. Maybe it was about how long you've reflected things you were meant to release. How many versions of you still echo through your home, not because you chose them, but because you never cleared them. Now, you've seen the mistakes. You've felt them. You've remembered, realigned, reset, and if this video helped you breathe even just one breath deeper, then let's ripple that stillness outward. Like this video, if you felt something shift, even if you can't explain it, share it with someone whose space still feels stuck. Comment below. I clear the reflection, I open the flow. Let that be your ritual. And if you're ready for more slow, gentle clarity, subscribe. This channel isn't noise. It's energy in motion. We're not just doing Feng Shui here. We're building stillness, one mirror One breath, one home,